Welcome to another episode of Go Around Buzz Podcast, sponsored by the Brea Bakery Bread, Recover 180. Also, rest in paradise to my boy Sal Martinez. Today, our guest will be Alan Sales will be joining us today. You see him on social media. You see him everywhere, always posting the information for Rams fans. We're going to tell you how we met and just other information. He's very well informed about anything Ram-wise, and just you guys are going to get to know who Alan Sales is. Well, this past Sunday, the Rams went to Carolina and lost 31-28. As you guys recall, Ram fans, I told you guys last week, do not overlook Carolina. They're not like 2-8 or 9. They're a game behind first place. And I warned Ram fans, like, oh, this game's easy, Damon. We're going to go on like another 7-8 game winning streak. I said, do not overlook this team. And what happened? The Rams lost. And it was a debacle to me because the good thing is this. Matthew Stafford broke Tom Brady's record for most consecutive touchdown passes without an interception by throwing his 28th straight against the Panthers. That's the good part. The bad part is he threw 2 interceptions right after. One in the end zone and one in a pick six. And then to end the game, Matthew Stafford got sacked. Carolina gets the ball. So Matthew Stafford, up to this point, MVP chats, MVP. We're all saying, oh, yeah, this good, let's give him his recognition, all this and that. We're hyping him up, as we should, He's a great year. But 3 turnovers alone by Matthew Stafford? Really? In that crazy Carolina weather, it just seemed weird to me. The defense, Forbes? Whoa, last week he's a man. This week he was getting burnt like toast. I feel like getting some butter for him because he was just getting burnt all over the field, man. The defense was just, I don't understand what's going on. Missing tackles, missing plays. It was just a horrible, horrible game for the Rams, man. The Ram fans are like, okay, Damon, like, they're calling me before the game saying, yeah, we're going to San Francisco. You're going to be there. I'm making plans. I said, man, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, any given time, anything can happen. And that's the case in point. The Rams on paper should have beat Carolina, right? That's what we think. That's what we assume. But no, they're an NFL team too. They got players on their team too. They get paid to play. They're not just going to lay down and let the Rams come through Carolina and beat them. And then also, do you notice what the weather was like? Do you notice when the Rams play in cold weather games, it seems kind of weird? Philadelphia Eagles playoff game, snow. What happened with that? Slipping and sliding. The rain and dense cold weather. That's what I'm saying. We got to get home field advantage. We got to get home field advantage in the playoffs because unless we play in the dome, because I do not want to play in Chicago weather, Philadelphia weather, weird weather, stuff like that. The only time I want to play in weird weather is if the Rams are playing the Super Bowl in San Francisco come February. But other than that, I just didn't understand it, man. It's just a weird game. Matthew Stafford by himself, 3 turnovers. 2 things. The best things that happened in that game was he broke Tom Brady's record of 28th straight throwing a touchdown. But also the Puka Nacua catch. Man, that catch was outstanding. Immaculate catch. But if you make the best catch of the year and you lost, is it still a great catch? I want you guys to answer that. Yeah, he made the catch and this and that. See, do you guys remember Super Bowl David Tyree's catch? What did that lead to? Yes. Odell Beckham catch. Did the Giants win that game? That was everywhere, that Odell Beckham versus Dallas Cowboys catch. I don't know if they won that game or not, but as of now, let me go through the playoff standings. Let me tell you guys something crazy. Chicago Bears are 9-3. The number 1 seed is the Chicago Bears. Number 2, 9-3, the Rams. Number 3, Philadelphia, 8-4. Number 4, Tampa Bay, 7-5. Number 5, Seattle, 9-3. Number 6, Green Bay, 8-3. And number 7, San Francisco, 9-4. I'm going to tell you guys something right now. If the playoffs ended today, which they're not, do you know who the Rams will play in the playoffs at home? The Niners. Let me repeat that. If the Rams stay at number 2 seed and the Niners stay at number 7 seed, San Francisco will come to SoFi and play the Rams in a wild card game. Now, I think we could beat the Niners, of course, but division rival games and them Niner fans and them Niner, come on now. Do you want that? I mean, I'll play anybody to get to the Super Bowl. But I'd rather be the number 1 seed, skip the first game, and go from the division to NFC Championship game to go there. I do not want to be a number 2 seed and then play the Niners. You don't know. Anything can happen. Niners, come on. We played them so many damn times. Close games, the first game, second game, we blew them out, but you just never, ever know. Division rival, you play division rival 3 times in a year? Anything can happen. They know our tendencies. We know their tendencies, but we have a long way to go. My question is this. Do you think Chicago's going to hold on to the number 1 seed? They have Green Bay coming up next week, right? Green Bay is number 6 seed. So I think if Green Bay beats Chicago, they switch, I believe. And the Rams, they have to go to Arizona, travel to Arizona. Don't assume anything went over there either. The Rams could be a number 1 seed with the win against Arizona. Chicago lose to Green Bay. So anything can happen, man. I did predict beginning of the year. I don't like to say, hey, the Rams are going to lose games. Of course, we want our team to go undefeated. But beginning of the year, I said the Rams are going to go 13-4. They're now 9-3. 5 games to go. Hey, maybe they'll be in the season 14-3. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong, And a lot of people say, oh, that's a good loss. Do you think the Rams think that's a good loss? Us players who don't play on the field, us fans, oh, that's a good loss. I'm glad we lost now because this and that. The players don't think like that. The players are trying to win every game. Like, you can't just say, okay, a loss is a good loss because you don't know what this loss can create or what it can do. So, we all know the Rams should be 12-0. I mean, inches away again. Like these games are so close. The Eagles game, inches. Cardi. Oh, as a matter of fact, Cardi got cut, right? Or did he get re-signed? Yeah, he got cut. I don't know if he got re-signed or not. I got to look that up. But he did get cut, and it's like field goal. And then the Niners, and then now Carolina. It's like the Rams are driving to score or perhaps take the lead, going to overtime. And what happens? Turnover. And it's funny because when the Rams are driving, who do they show? They show the field goal kicker, always like warming up and stuff like that. And they're going to tell you, oh, the Rams kicking game and this and that. So, I'm good where we're at. Of course, we want them to be the number 1 seed because, all of us fans are just the playoff atmosphere at SoFi is like no other. It's exciting. It gets hyped up. So I want the Rams to be a number 1 seed and, just have that first week bye. Please have that first week bye. I do not want to play. I'll play whoever, but I don't want to play the Niners or whoever the first week of the, okay, Rams have a home game against whatever, Philadelphia can drop or Niner, I just don't want that. I want the Rams to just like win these games and rest some players. So when the Arizona game comes, hopefully last game of the year, oh yeah, the Rams are resting starters, get ready for the play. But sometimes you rest your starters and they get rusty. So I don't know. Sean McVay's good at what he does. But we have 5 more games to go, and it's gonna get on to the nitty gritty. It's not over, you guys, because Seattle's 9-3. Niners 9-4. There's only 1 game separating each team, and we still got to play Seattle. We're tied with Seattle, but we beat them, so we still got to play them December 18th. And as a matter of fact, the Rams are having a viewing party at SoFi for that December 18th Thursday game. I'll be there. Thank you, Alan, for hooking me up with a ticket. I'll be there for that game. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to get there early. The atmosphere is going to be electric, and I'm glad the Rams are doing that to have the fans in the stands and just watching it on TV. That's a good idea. I've been thinking about that for years. I'm like, why don't they just have it open for the fans and just, offer tickets? So it's going to be rambunctious. But first, we got to get there. Our next 3 games are against Arizona and don't overlook Arizona. Please don't. Jacoby Brissett, don't overlook them. So we got Arizona, Detroit, and Seattle. So it's going to be a lot of rearranging going on, but I still believe in the Rams. Like I said, 13-4, but I want them to prove me wrong. Hey, if you go 14-3, hey, prove me wrong, please. So this is up for grabs, people. Like, once again, man, the Chicago's number 1, Rams number 2, Philadelphia 3, Tampa Bay 4, Seattle 5, Green Bay 6, and Niners 7, boy. And I'm going to go over the AFC East standings as well. Let me see. New England, number 1, 11-2. Have they won like 10 straight games? Denver, hot, 10-2. That's a 2 seed. 3 seed, Jacksonville, 8-4. Baltimore, 6-6. The Chargers, 8-4, the 5th seed. Indianapolis, 8-4, the 6th seed. And but Buffalo, the 7th seed. Buffalo's the 7th seed, but let's be real. Nobody wants to play Buffalo in none of these teams. I think Buffalo could be any of these teams. Especially there's no pressure on them. Where's KC? KC's out of the playoff picture. Wow, KC's number 10. So all these years, Buffalo always had pressure on them. They won the division. They go in there as number 1 or 2 seed and they lose to KC. This year, Buffalo gets in as a 7 seed. Don't be surprised if they make the AFC Championship game. I said beginning of the year, I think it's going to be Rams and Bills. Hey, I'm telling you, Buffalo, they're 8-4, but I believe Josh Allen can beat any of those teams. I think he's, come on, Drake May, Josh Allen, Denver, Josh Allen, or what's that guy's name for Denver quarterback? Bo Nix, Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence versus Josh Allen. Come on, people. So this is just a wild time for Super Bowl. But like I said, man, these division races are not over yet. Okay, New England's 2 games up, but like the NFC is just up for grabs, man. One of these teams are gonna miss something. You just don't know, man. So with that being said, we're gonna take a commercial break. Up next, our guest will be Alan Sales coming up. Can't wait for y'all to see what he says. Thank you. Joining us now, our guest. You can see him on social media, giving you information about Rams training camp. The Rams training camp in Woodland Hills getting built. He's very informative. He helps people out with anything, tickets, where to go to get tickets, how to use a scooter to get into Dodger Stadium. I call him Team Logistics. We're on a group chat together. We say his name wrong, his last name wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm having to pronounce his name right. We call him Alan Sales, but joining us now, our guest, Alan Sales. Before we get started, how do you pronounce your last name?
So it's actually Alan Sales.
And it's spelled?
S-A-L-E-S, exactly like you say it. So
now,
I've heard it all my life. It doesn't really bother me. So
hey, so what's funny is the first time I saw you on social media, before I even met you, right?
Right.
I was like, damn, I saw your name pop up. I go, Alan Sales. I go, what does he sell? Like insurance and
right.
stuff like
all
that?
The time, man.
I said, that's a cool. I said, is that his real name or like a creative stage name? Like, I said, damn, that's catchy. Alan Sales. And I go, wait, my boy's Filipino. My boy's like, dog, that's not how you pronounce his name.
Was that the season ticket member group?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Season ticket member group. Nobody knows how to say your name. Everybody just calls Alan Sales, and that's catchy. It just sticks. But Alan, say it again, your last name?
Sales.
Alan Sales. So
yeah. It's like a little Sales, without the R-O, same thing. Yeah.
And I first met Alan. The Rams were on their Super Bowl street, going to the Super Bowl. They had like a thing at the Grove, and I had never seen his face during COVID. He had a mask on this whole time, and so he was in line. He's like, "What's up, Damon?" I go, "How do you know who I am?" He's like, "Bro, you're on all the social sites. I know who you are." And I was like, "Dang, I didn't know what he looked like." It was just like a mysterious thing to me because he had his mask on and stuff like that. And then he was a couple rows, like a couple people in line. He's like, "Hey man, you want this jersey?" Yeah. Oh, what is it? Okay, Venmo me. And I Venmoed him, and then right when he bought it, they sold out before I got there. Thank God he did that for me. We've been cool ever since. So tell us about yourself. I don't know, what made you a Rams fan? How did you first become a Rams fan?
So I was born into it.
Okay.
My dad migrated here from the Philippines in 1967.
Wow.
He was just a kid. He was like a teenager almost. I think he was 9 or 10.
Okay.
And there was a player on the Rams that caught his attention because he's half Filipino. He's a quarterback, Roman Gabriel.
Yeah.
So he was visiting all the local spots in LA, all the Filipino restaurants, and my dad got to meet him. And then from then on, he started watching every game on TV. He would go to the Coliseum to watch him and my uncles. So they grew up in Echo Park, right next to LA Dodger Stadium. So they would take the bus over to the Coliseum and catch the games. He said they were like $6, $6 to $10 catch a game, I think, or they'll sneak in.
Damn.
So they were big Rams fans throughout the 70s. The Rams were really dominant in the 70s.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So they were diehard in the 70s. They made the Super Bowl 79. And then when he got married in 1980, I was born in 82.
Okay.
And me and my sisters, we all kind of just grew up as the Rams. And when we were born, my dad and my uncles had season tickets in Anaheim. That's when they had just moved.
Mm-hmm.
So every Sunday, we would go to Anaheim, catch the games. And then obviously when they moved in 94, I was already, I want to say almost going to high school, I think. So I was already really vested in the team. So there was no reason for me to hop off just because they moved to St. Louis,
Uh-huh.
Because I've been following the team since that's all I knew.
Yeah.
It's all my dad and my dad and my uncles all followed along. We watched in St. Louis. We went to a few games here and there. We would go to Candlestick.
Wow.
So that tradition of going to Candlestick, San Francisco every Sunday, even when they were in St. Louis, was something we just continued. Even to today, I still go up there every year.
Now, did you ever go to when they moved to St. Louis? Did you ever go see games?
Yeah, I went to Edward Jones Dome.
Wow.
2000. I never went during the Greatest Show of Turf era.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was so young and
Yeah, of
it's
course.
hard to get plane tickets and stuff. So I went like 2008. I went 2010, 12. They were terrible. And the tickets bro were like $30, for like front row seats.
Damn, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
the flights were expensive, because
Yeah.
there's no direct flight from LA to St. Louis
Uh-huh.
at that time. So you would have to take a layover and shit. So I would go with my cousins, my uncles, my dad will when we had some random weekend, we weren't doing anything, we'd take a flight out there, catch a game.
Now,
But
do
I
you
want to say every game I watched in St. Louis, we lost.
Damn, that's terrible, dude. They had terrible seasons under Jeff Fisher, man. It was just Jeff Fisher, Steve Spagnuolo. I
Right,
remember they
right.
had Rich Brooks when they hired him. I remember
Hmm.
all that, man. It's like, dang, and now we're in the Sean McVay era, the best era ever in Rams history.
Right, right.
Um,
And this was before Fisher. This was Scott Linehan,
yeah,
Steve Spagnuolo. I think they
yeah.
won like 2 games one year. So
Two games,
the
yeah.
year I went, they lost. They got creamed by Chicago. I remember. So and the tailgates are funny in St. Louis because it's cold too. Did you ever go? Did
No,
you
I
ever go
never went to St. Louis, but I did go to
to
Candlestick. I've been to Candlestick like 10 times. I've been to
Right,
Arizona like 50.
right,
Arizona, I've been to Seattle.
right.
I remember sometimes the Rams would play the Chargers. I went to
Yeah,
go to that game in San Diego. I've been
yeah.
to a lot of Rams games. I just never went to Edward Jones, because I'm
Where
like
Jones?
21,
Yeah,
22, broke, I'm like
right,
figuring things
right,
out.
right.
But
Yeah,
um, so you're a season ticket holder, right? You've
yeah.
been a season ticket holder since they came back.
As soon as they came back as soon as the sale went for 2016, I hopped on. Me and my
Okay.
dad and my uncles.
Now, how many seats do you have at SoFi now?
So far, I have 8 seats.
8 seats now. Do you
Yeah.
bring your dad because he took you as a kid? Do you bring your
Right.
siblings? Who do you
So
bring
I
to the
have
games?
my club seats, me and my dad, all my cousins. We always sit in those seats. That's in C-136, row
Okay.
5. And I also have 4 that I give to my coworkers or family members that are in town. That's where you've sat before.
Yeah, great
350
seats. Yeah, I took my buddy. He's like, these are cool.
Mm,
He's like, my seats are C-137. You're in C-136, row 5?
row 5, yeah.
Okay, because my other friend's in C-136, row 1. That's where Malik caught that Devontae Adams ball.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's right. He's okay,
yeah.
sir. I got to visit you because
I'm right behind that. I'm right behind, where Marius horns, they sell those horn hats.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm right behind. I'm right next to him actually. I'm in the same row.
Now, do you go with you go with your kids, or you just bring your dad and your
Yeah, when my kids want to come or my wife, I'll bring them along. I have I have 4 seats in club and 4 in 353. So if it's a lot of us, I'll usually bring up. I'll have them sit up top in 353, and then whoever wants to come down to the club section, I'll bring them down.
Now, you said you have siblings. Are your siblings Ram fans as well?
Yeah, so all my sisters are Rams fans, but it's harder for them to get to the games because they got families.
Okay. So you have no brothers, just 3 sisters.
I got 3 sisters.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm 43. So, and all my cousins, all my uncles have kids. They're all Rams fans as well. It's hard to swing to buying those tickets because you got to get the license.
Yeah, dude, we got payments, dude.
Right.
Yeah. And what are you? Aren't you a doctor, Alan? What are you, a nurse?
Yeah, I'm a nurse. So, but the Rams run deep in my family. So, it's pretty much all we knew growing up. Obviously, I won't say that I was hardcore diehard when they were in St. Louis, and I was still a fan, but I wasn't like diehard where I would go to every game in the St. There was no deviation. I was always a Rams fan, but I wouldn't say it was diehard back then. Where all my cousins, we all grew up into it. They kind of deviated to other teams, but I stuck around.
Now, what do you like better, training camp? Do you like training camp better in Loyola Marymount, or did you like it better in Irvine?
I like the spread in Irvine. It's more wide out. There's so much more to do for the kids. They had more giveaways.
Yes.
Yeah, they had bigger merchandise. They had more people. Because they could take more people. The weather was cool. It was cooler. So if it wasn't for the distance, I would prefer Irvine. LMU is much closer to me. So
I like the intimacy of Loyola Marymount. I think the
I
players are
love it,
closer. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Irvine, that was like in my backyard. I'm from Orange County originally. I don't live out there no more, but I like the intimacy. More players come to you, easier to get autographs, and they come to you. It's more intimacy. I always ask people who live in LA, I said, no, because I live in LA or closer to Loyola Marymount. I still like Orange County, UC Irvine, but I'm just like, dang.
Right.
And you got some information too. You're very good at this. The Rams are building their training, was something in Woodland Hills, right?
Right. So when there were rumblings that they were moving to Woodland Hills, I got all that information from. I have a close connection with the Rams. He works for the Rams, so he would give me bits of information. So hey, we're moving to Woodland Hills. I'm like, that's down the street from my house. There's nothing there. It's so hot out here.
Yeah.
I'm like, trust me, man. You know, I'm hearing like rumors that they're gonna purchase the old abandoned mall in the shopping center there. I was like, all right, cool. You know, whether it's true or not, that's good for me because when they were in, they used to be in Cal Lutheran, remember?
Yeah, yeah.
And I would go attend a few of their private events out there, and I was like, man, this place is tiny. You've been there,
yeah, of course, yeah.
That entire facility.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, they can't stay here forever. They were operating out of trailers.
Yeah.
You know? And then the funny thing is now in Woodland Hills, they're still operating out of trailers, but we all know what's coming.
Yeah, we all do, man. This is just a great. And now this is funny because you have a scooter, so you're gonna ride your scooter to the.
Yeah. So you know me. I go to a lot of sporting events: Lakers, Dodgers, Kings.
Yes.
And I was spending a ton of money in parking and sitting in traffic. You know, a lot of times it would just be me going to these games because I have some flexibility in my schedule, and I would plan my schedule around whatever game's coming up. So I figured it'd be a lot easier for me to ride my scooter. I'll park somewhere close to the stadium and just leave my scooter in the trunk, and I usually just take it out and ride to the stadium or the arena and just lock up at the bike racks. You know, I've never had issues, you know, and then as the years go by, I'm seeing more and more people using e-bikes and scooters to get to games.
Yeah, man.
SoFi, it was like me doing the scooters. Now the entire like rail is full of e-bikes and scooters now. So people caught on, people are doing it too.
So when you do the scooters and your family goes, how does that work?
Oh, that's different. Yeah. When I'm with my group, I have parking at SoFi, so I just park on site. Yeah.
Now,
if I'm going to be partying and drinking at the tailgates, I can't take my scooter as well.
Of course not.
Yeah.
And it's so like cool. I was like, dang, he rides these scooters. I'm like, how fast does your scooter go? Like 45, 50? I'd be paranoid.
It goes between 30 and 40, but it's kind of dangerous, you know, those little wheels. So I kind of keep it about 20 miles.
Like, where do you go? Like, are you on the sidewalk? Are you on the road? Are you on a highway?
You can't be on the sidewalk. Yeah, you can't be on the sidewalk. You got to be on the side between the sidewalk and the street. So you got a lot of cars zooming by.
Man, that's scary to me. I'm just like, dang, because you hear the stories and stuff like that. I'm just like, dang, he drives a scooter after the Dodger game. I mean, you get home quick, but it's like
close calls, bro. I've had a ton of close calls. You know,
man.
Especially in LA. You know, everybody's distracted.
Now,
I used to ride motorcycles too, but
yeah, you had a motorcycle before, right? Yeah. That's crazy. That's why I know you're so like.
I used it.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you got 3 daughters, bro. You got 3 daughters, right? Yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, big shout out to Alan's daughter. She gave me a hat, and it's amazing. People are like, where'd you get that hat from? It was like some kids' academy she went to. Right. I said, Alan, she gave me her hat. She's like, here. I was like, oh my god.
I mean, if you're a Rams fan, if you have kids, I highly recommend you do the Rams Academy for the kids because every year they have special events, private events for kids, special autograph signings with players. Kyron Williams, Matthew Stafford. I met all the players, you know, through Rams Fan Academy or through the season ticket member private events.
And how old are your daughters?
My oldest is 13, 11, and 9.
Are they Ram fans or just whatever?
They're all Rams fans as well.
Okay. You know, I do see them at training camp. They're just sitting there eating. I saw them next to me eating some nachos and chilling, quiet. My
second daughter is really into it.
Yeah.
my oldest, she's a fan, but yeah, because when the Rams came back in 2016, they were babies.
Yeah. And this time flies. 10 years now, dude.
Yeah.
Like, shh.
Yeah, so they were all into it too. You know, I was all they grew up in with me. My wife wasn't really into football, but as you know, when we got together, obviously we would go to games, and that's how she got hooked up into it. So,
now, what's your favorite game you witnessed at? So, ever a Rams game you witnessed live?
Coliseum, man. Obviously, the Coliseum with the Chiefs.
Okay, yeah, shootout.
Mind you, I've only missed one home game since the Rams came back. Yeah,
wow. And
that was the Arizona game last year.
Okay,
emergency. So I've watched a lot of games. I love the Cowboys playoff game in 2018 because that was our first playoff win.
Yeah,
God knows how long.
Yeah.
Heartbreak 2017 when we lost to the Falcons. That really pissed me off. That game.
Was at the Coliseum. Yeah, I was at the Coliseum.
Yeah, that night. Everyone was on a high, you know. And then when the game started, we were getting our belt to ass for the first half, and then
You know what's funny? I asked that question to Ram fans. They say the Coliseum game, the NFC Championship game against the Niners. But you know what's funny? You know what's funny? People don't say. I always say, "What's your favorite game at SoFi Stadium that you witnessed?" You know a game they never say. They always forget. The Super Bowl versus the Bengals.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
Were you there?
Of course.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, it was cool. It's like you people who were there, like those who I know people who attended the Super Bowl, but they ask me, they just be, okay, Niners and this and like, oh yeah, Super Bowl's that so funny.
You know what the thing is, because it's a Super Bowl, it doesn't feel like a Rams home game. You know?
Yes.
It felt like it was home, but it felt like a different stadium to me.
Yeah, because they're the away team or something that game.
Right, we're a designated away team, but they're not the same. So I'm not in my seats. I'm not around the same people I'm normally with. So it's just the vibe was weird. Obviously, coming off the NFC Championship versus the 49ers was a huge high because they've kicked our ass for so long.
Yeah,
they swept us that season. So beating them, was a huge game. If I had to pick one, that would probably be the one I would choose.
The Super Bowl?
The Arizona playoff game was
that was cracking, bro. That energy. Now, do you attend tailgate? What time do you get tailgate when you get there? Obviously, I get there. I set up. What time do you get to tailgate to walk through? Like, I never seen you at tailgate in my life. I never seen you. You're right. A couple years ago, I saw you. Okay, right. Okay.
A lot of times, I'm a donor for World Tour, so I'll hang out with them before the game. But if I'm with like family and stuff, it's hard for me to bring the kids out.
Yeah.
It's so loud. They're like, oh, there's too much.
Yeah, and just go to the game. Yeah, I feel
right. So I'll swing by. I'll say hi to Angel with Republic, and their group in that group.
I gotta send you my location. I always forget. I gotta send you my location. We're like right there on the corner now on I-Lot. Pull up, swing by.
Like, you used to be in J-Lot. I remember you're always.
Yeah, and that's a hotel now. You got the plans for that. You got the blueprints for that. You probably know how many rooms are gonna be there when it opens.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Marriott property. So
it is.
I share with Marriott.
Damn, it sucks. And I'm a Hilton guy. I got hooked up with a Hilton, but I think I have a Marriott.
I'm a Marriott guy, so it's for me.
Lucky. Yeah, you're gonna be. It opens when 2026 or something.
2020, late 2026 is what I'm hearing.
It should open in the summer, bro, because you got the World Cup come, you got the Olympics. They should have that thing like packed.
I mean, you see how fast they're working on it.
Yeah, they got to because the World Cup is coming. I'm trying to book that thing quick. Like that's easy money right there.
On that in January this year. So.
Yeah, but will it be open by summertime? You think? Because
I think so.
Yeah,
I would hope so because
I'm gonna stay there too, just to say I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. So we'll see, man.
So that's cool, man. So yeah, that's cool. You good family man. You got your family coming to the games. You're gonna be at the game. Are you going to Arizona this year? Arizona this week?
I mean, Jason said, he's down for it. So I said, if you get the tickets, I'll ride with you. We'll head out to Arizona.
I remember,
but last year during the playoffs when our playoff game got moved to Arizona, Jason was a huge.
You and Jason were the first ones. I remember I got the text to this day. Say, hey, man, you guys, we're getting a bus again. I remember it's going to be like 10 to 12 people.
It started initially as a van.
It did. You're right. It started as a van. Me, you, and Jason were talking about getting a van of 12 people. I said, I'm in. How much is it going to cost? Okay, boom, boom. And then it blew up from there. That's why I say Jason and Alan, I got the text from them, and then it went to Ty, and of course, Ty helped out as well. So I give everybody their props. But the first text I remember getting was from you and Jason Nam and said, Damar, we're thinking about getting a van. Would you be down? I said, heck yeah, me, Malik, how much does it cost? Gas, whatever, let's figure it out. And then
we had made a post about who would be interested in going to Arizona, right? And everybody was like, yeah, I'm down. I'm like, we're going to need a bus, bro. I mean, it's
exactly. And
so then right when we had made this post, Kevin Demoff reached out to Jason and said, we got something brewing, we got something coming for the season ticket members. So I was like, okay, cool.
That's cool. But I just remember that van post. Hey, Damar, would you be down?
Ty was with Kelly Stafford.
Yeah, Ty was at Kelly Stafford, and then I remember you guys were the first time I got the text was from you guys, like way before anybody. I said, van. Oh, that's cool. I'm thinking like, hey, 12 people in a van. Who's going to be driving? Hey, Damar could drive because Damar does Uber on this side. So I didn't mind driving because I always the one that's driving. Like, hey, you do Uber on the side. You could drive. But that was just a great time, and the energy was great. The bus ride was amazing. The vibe, the energy. Of course, we wanted at SoFi, but it didn't happen. The Rams ended up winning. It was just, oh, man, it was just a great vibe.
I felt like home, too.
It did. It was a home game to us because we destroyed the Vikings, and we beat the quarterback again that we beat. He's on Seattle now. What's his name? He's from Orange County. What's his name? I lost his name.
Darnold?
Yeah, Sam Darnold. But it was just a great time, man. So give people your Twitter, man. You're everywhere. Give people
I'm mostly on Twitter,
okay.
Because I've been on Twitter for like years.
Yeah. Yes.
So all the information that I get, I share through Twitter. I feel like I don't know how many followers I have. Maybe close to 5,000, I think.
What's your Twitter name? What's your Twitter handle?
Alan Salas. Yeah. Just one word.
Alan Salas. But who cares? His name's Alan Sales. Yeah, that's what his mama called him Clay. We're going to call him Clay. Alan Sales. That's his name, everybody, because everybody's like, Salas. No, Filipinos call him Salas. Hey, we call him Sales. But hey.
And then obviously, if anybody wants tickets, I'm a source for tickets.
Yes.
Because I have a lot of friends that will tell me, I got tickets,
Yes.
So, obviously, I've hooked you up with tickets. So
Yes, you have. I know my buddy. Remember,
yeah.
you came up with, I need tickets. I'm like, hey, Alan, boom, that was quick. I know. I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, even though I sit in my section, that time I didn't sit in my section, I donated. So, yeah,
Right.
once again, I call him Team Logistics, Alan Sales. You guys follow him on Twitter. You guys see him on Facebook. He gives you any and all information. He's very informative, helps Rams fans out. Any information you get, hit him on Twitter. DM. He has all this information. So, once again, thank you to our guest, Alan Salis. Not Alan Sales, but Alan Salis. So thank you so much for joining us. You guys follow him. Thank you so much for joining us. Before you go, whose house?
Rams house.
Whose house?
Rams house.
One more time. Whose house?
Rams house.
Thank you so much for joining us, baby. Thank you.
All right, Damon. Catch you again, brother.
No problem. That was a great segment with our guest, Alan Salis. Hey, we call him Sales, so this is just a funny joke. So everybody calls him Sales because it's spelled S-A-L-E-S. But as you heard, that's not how you pronounce it. But hey, he's heard it throughout his whole life, so it is what it is. So I'm going to go over the scores and the standings, and then, hey, another successful show. So that Thursday, the Packers beat the Lions 31-24. The Cowboys beat the Chiefs 31-28. The Bengals beat the Ravens 32-14. Friday, November 28th, the Bears beat the Eagles 24-15. You already know what happened Sunday. The Rams lose to the Panthers 31-28. The Niners beat the Browns 26-8. The Jaguars beat the Titans 25-3. The Texans beat the Colts 20-16. The Dolphins beat the Saints 21-17. The Jets, yes, beat the Falcons 27-24. Keep on losing Falcons so the Rams can have a top 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 pick. The Buccaneers beat the Cardinals. Hey, who doesn't beat the Cardinals? Rams, be careful. Seattle demolishes the Vikings. Who is our quarterback? They beat them 26-0. Who is our quarterback? The Chargers beat the Raiders. Raiders are, you already know. The Bills beat the Steelers 26-7. A great game on Monday yesterday. Broncos beat the Commanders in overtime 27-26 on a failed 2-point conversion. And then, of course, the Patriots beat the Giants 33-15. The hottest team in the NFL is the Patriots. So I'm going to go over these standings, and you guys tell me what you guys think. Like, leave some comments below. So, the AFC East, New England 11-2. Buffalo 8-4. Miami 5-7. New York Jets 3-9. AFC North, Baltimore 6-6. Pittsburgh 6-6. Cincinnati 4-8. Cleveland 3-9. AFC South, Jaguars 8-4. Colts 8-4. Houston, this is a tough division. 7-5. And Tennessee bringing up the rear. 1-11. Those who don't know Spanish, 1-11. The AFC West, the Broncos are 10-2. The Chargers are 8-4. The Chiefs are 6-6. And of course, the Raiders are bringing up the rear like I knew they would, 2-10. The NFC East, I thought it was going to be over. Philadelphia 8-4. Dallas 6-5, Washington 3-9, and the Giants have just been eliminated. They're in 2-11. Will Dallas catch the Eagles? Dallas is 6-5-1. Eagles are 8-4. Stay tuned, folks. The NFC North, this is a tough division. Chicago 9-3, Green Bay 8-3, Detroit 7-5, Minnesota 4-8. NFC South, Tampa Bay 7-5, Carolina by beating the Rams 7-6. Atlanta 4-8, and New Orleans 2-10. The NFC West, the Rams 9-3, Seattle 9-3, San Francisco 9-4, and Arizona bring up the rear 3-9. It does not matter. Do not overlook the Cardinals. I hope the Rams demolish them, destroy them. I want the score to be second quarter 28-0. I want the Rams to prove a point, go in there and kick the Cardinals' ass, man. Don't go in there being lazy. Don't go over there overlooking the team because the Rams. I think the Rams are just, we got to get this win, man. We got to get our confidence back up. Yeah, we lost, but we got this, man. I think we're going to be good, man. I might pop up in Arizona. Should I pop up in Arizona? Hey, we're going to get a van, Alan and Jason, coordinate a van. You need me to drive? Or are we driving your Teslas? Anyways, thank you guys so much. Another great episode of Going Around Buzz podcast. Thank you to our guest, Alan. Hey, thank you. Big shout out to all the good luck charms out there. My good luck charm, you know who you are. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the energy, the positive vibes. You know. What, Damon? With that being said, Whose house? Ram's house. Big shout out to our sponsors. Moss Altos Creative Agency, Angel Photography, La Brea Bakery Bread, Recover 180. Let's get this victory, y'all. Thank you.